want to know, guys, for starters, your best day 1 and day 2 picks, in your opinion, and then your most frustrating picks on each day. So I'm going to start with Joe, and then we'll go to Ryan.
We going like unbiased?
Unbiased.
Okay. Then I probably shouldn't say Micah Parsons.
It's a good pick in my opinion too. But
he's a great pick. But just because I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm not gonna pick him. I think Falcons going with Kyle Pitts is. I think just wherever Kyle Pitts went, that's going to be a great pick. I think Falcons are lucky that they got him. I also kind of do think that when Matt Ryan leaves, it's just going to go to his career is going to be horrible in Atlanta. But upside, 3 more years maybe, But yeah, Kyle Pitts, just best player in the draft by far. So, wherever he went.
Okay. What about you, Ryan? What's your best pick from day 1 and day 2?
I liked the Denver Broncos getting Patrick Surtain.
I was going to say that too.
I love that pick. I think it's going to work out really, really well for him. I just thought it was a great pick, and I was honestly, I thought someone would take him a tad bit sooner than that. That was a bit of a steal by old John Elway.
I was surprised. I was surprised Horn went before Surtain.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised about. Like
J.C. Horn, really, I don't trust South Carolina players.
My issue with it is like in terms of development, it's clear that Surtain is more developed and more.
I agree. Surtain is more advanced.
And they both played in the SEC, and Alabama wound up playing harder competition because they made it they won the national championship. So, like in that sense, absolutely. For me, I'll go a different route. I like Sewell to Detroit. Look, Detroit, you could say, oh, you needed to get a receiver, but Sewell had already been passed up on by the Bengals. I know that their new coach was big on like kind of winning the games in the trenches. He's saying, oh, if you knock us down, we're going to get up and bite your kneecap off. In terms of that philosophy, I was reading a Bleacher Report article on it today. They were saying, yeah, that is the best pick for that philosophy. You pick a potential Hall of Fame offensive tackle. I think that somebody in Detroit said they think he's the only surefire Hall of Famer in this class, which is
that's
maybe a bit biased, but he genuinely could be, just given at his skill set and given how young he is.
I honestly might lean towards Rashawn Slater in that regard.
I think Slater over Sewell.
I do. I mean, because of the player comparison and Slater being much closely related to like Zach Martin, who is without a doubt one of the best guards in the league, and probably going to be a Hall of Famer in the future.
See, I like Sewell because of his athleticism. Like in terms of run blocking, he's going to be incredible, and if he can develop as a pass blocker, that'll be like Detroit, like Jared Goff. If he actually winds up starting for them this year, he'll have plenty of time to throw, which would be brilliant for him, given that he needs all the help he can get. Granted, Detroit isn't going to give him help anywhere else. And also giving Swift running lanes as well. Like, I mean, Detroit, what we forget is they had bad running backs for a while, but before that, I think they were more of a run. They were more of a run-based offense before they hit that running back rut. And last season, they ran quite a bit as well, just because their receiving core was so depleted with injury. And I think Swift being a young guy who's coming off a pretty good year and needs good protection, that's a great pick.
I mean, I kind of have to agree with you, Sam. When they had Barry Sanders, I hope they were a run-based offense.
I'd agree with you.
I would hope so.
I hope
they were. Terrible offensive negligence if they weren't.
Yeah, 100%. Great content.
Right?
All right. So give me from round 1. Give me a pick that frustrated you guys a lot, and then we'll do
Jamar Chase.
Oh yes.
Bengals needed look? I like the college teammates reuniting as much as the next guy, but Joe Burrow is not going to be able to throw it to Jamar Chase if he's dead.
You see that scar on that man's knee?
Because he's getting drilled because the offensive line is so incompetent. They look like they wouldn't even make a high school team. They're so bad. They're garbage. They need to get somebody in there to protect that man.
All right,
I
Joe.
thought that pick was garbage at first, but I do think they kind of made up for it by getting Jackson Harmon or Carmen from
Ooh, I
Clemson.
don't think that's very good. I don't think he's very good, but we'll see.
Okay, well, I'm not really just gonna go into that because that's gonna take me 10 minutes of time that I don't have.
Fair.
But a pick that frustrated me. It frustrated people I know is because I was actually happy about it, but the Giants taking Kadarius Toney over Rashad Bateman.
That didn't frustrate me. I loved it.
No, I'm not talking about you. I loved it. I loved it too, but like it frustrated a lot of people.
They should keep doing stupid things like that. We need to get Dave Gettleman a present. He's doing us a whole lot of favors.
So I mean, I just need to bring that attention for some friends who are Giants fans and all. It's frustrating for them. But yeah, I was happy with it.
Okay, here's my thoughts on this. In terms of Chase, I understood the logic behind getting Chase. While I actually thought they should have taken Sewell personally, my thing was if you get a good lineman early in the second round to make up for it, you'll be good. Because there aren't that many.
Should have stayed at Clemson for another year.
Here's well,
and
this is kind of
NFL ready.
And this is kind of what I'm saying here, right? If you are getting, I get it. If you're confident you can land a top tier O lineman, and there are good ones available at the beginning of the second round, then yes, you take the guy who's going to be a WR1, would slot in as your WR1 right off the bat and be really, really good, and the college teammate connection. My problem is I don't know how I feel about Carmen either. Also, I think the Bengals actually might have traded down, if I'm not mistaken. And that also makes things messy for me because you could have gotten a guy like Tevin Jenkins before the Bears, I think. And instead, you get Carmen, who's more of a project. And so for me, you needed a reliable offensive tackle for me.
To be fair, a lot of things, to be fair, have been said about the Cincinnati Bengals, and a lot of adjectives have been used to describe them. Smart has never been one of them.
Look, I think that it made sense if they got a better tackle in the second round. Maybe Carmen pans out, and then Joe looks really smart, and the two of us look dumb. And that then won't happen. In that case, they nailed the draft. But if it doesn't happen that way, then they're gonna Joe Burrow will be dead again.
The rules of nature prevent Joe from ever looking smart. That's just the way the world
is. It's going to happen.
Okay. My pick here that kind of frustrated me a little bit. Look, I don't think Jamin Davis is a bad player at all. And I think he improves Washington's linebacker core. And maybe they needed interior linebacker instead of outside linebacker. But Owusu-Koramoah fell way too far down into the second round. And I thought that was a spot Washington might think about taking him. I also low-key – look, I go back and forth on the ETN pick at 25. I understand reuniting him with Lawrence, but you have James Robinson in your backfield, and that's a place you could have gotten Owusu-Koramoah as well. And so I'm going to hate on Jacksonville's pick more than Washington's because I understood Washington maybe personnel-wise it made more sense to take Davis. But when you're looking at the Jags, you need help everywhere. And running back isn't exactly an urgent position of need compared to everything else. So I would have taken Owusu-Koramoah or somebody on your defense.
I don't mind the Jaguars picking ETN. In fact, I love it. It was a great pick by them.
I got another pick, if you don't mind, that frustrated me.
Go ahead.
And I think this is going to be a good transition into the next question because I think it frustrated a certain guy. But
I know you get that.
Who the hell thought Eric Stokes was going to be the best player available at the 29th overall pick?
What are the Packers smoking?
This is the same team that drafted Jordan Love last year. Like, I think they're smoking so many different things. They don't really know exactly what they're smoking. They're smoking a mixture of like weed, of a bunch of other stuff. Like, it's just out of control up there right now. Like, when somebody can actually just leave a place and go host Jeopardy, and that's actually a true statement, you probably don't want to anger that guy because I'm going to tell the Packers, I'm going to say to the Green Bay Packers, you need Aaron Rodgers far more than Aaron Rodgers needs you.
I agree. And here's the biggest thing on that pick. For starters, Stokes wasn't even the best corner on his own team.
No.
I thought Tyson Campbell was better than him. And people said the Jags reached on Campbell to start the second. So there's that. Secondly, why are you drafting defense? You need some receiver help outside of Devontae Adams, and you had Terrace Marshall Jr. still on the board, and you just said, oh, you know what? Let me take Eric Stokes. Green Bay, man. Like, what are you – I understood if you're going to draft defense, at least get the best corner, but you should get Aaron Rodgers some receiving help to start.
Yeah, you should take the best corner, but, like, after the NFC Championship, you can – the last play of the first half kind of shows you why they drafted defense. They need to replace somebody. I'm not going to name names, but
his last name is King, and it's ironic because he was not a king that day.
No, he was not.
He was a pauper.
Personally, if I were the GM and were smarter than the Packers GM, which by this pick I am, I would have taken Asante Samuel Jr. or Kelvin
Joseph from Kentucky.
Kelvin Joseph. Yeah.
Especially Asante Samuel Jr. That would have been a decent pick.
I mean, any of these people, I would have honestly traded up for a good corner if you were looking to go in the corner direction. I'm not going to take Eric Stokes from Georgia, especially when Georgia, like in their defenders, just very few of them translate well to the NFL.